Yeah, it'll be something to watch. And I know that going off of this, there's been rumors that the NHL wants to possibly finish their season or the playoffs at a neutral location. And I know they talked about they would maybe choose a few different rinks, but the Ralph, which is the rink up in North Dakota where the
Hell
Sioux
of
or
a
the Fighting
stadium.
Hawks play,
Hell of a stadium.
would be a good location, a neutral location to finish the season because there's a low population density out there, and they could just use it as a rink for a safe location where they can, contain, everybody going in or out and finish the season. And I think that'd be awesome. So I'm missing the one thing I was missing because, obviously the NBA playoffs are coming up, but one of the biggest things I love watching is the NHL playoffs. And that, came to a standstill with this whole virus thing, and that pissed me off. So they could find a way to start it up again and end that, even at a place like the Ralph, but just to watch it on TV. It sucked not being in front of fans, but just to watch it on TV.
I'll tell you one thing. If they did that, the entire city of Grand Forks will simultaneously shit their pants because that would be huge. I mean, with all the with how into college hockey they get. I mean, Zane and I went to school there. It's absolutely electric I can't imagine. And obviously the fans wouldn't be allowed there, but it's just a hockey town. So, I think that'd be awesome. I think that'd be a really good thing for them. And
the Ralph's gorgeous. The Ralph is pretty much like my backyard now. Cause like where I live, it's literally a 1 minute walk. It just just sucks that the NHL playoffs happen. Like this whole thing just sucks. But Jake, I do want you to settle an argument I've been having with Bubba really quick. Okay.
Oh no.
You have been to the Ralph Engelstad Arena.
I have
taken you there personally when you visited me in the past. Mm-hmm. Bubba swears on his life that the Mariucci is a better arena than the Ralph Engelstad Arena. And I do you believe that? Because that's not true at all. That's not true at all. But do you believe that?
Well, I mean,
I'm not talking about history. I'm talking about the hockey venue.
Well, see, the venue is definitely newer. It's nicer. So I mean, if you're gonna go from that perspective, then you could say it's better. Because it is nicer. I've been in there. It's almost like an NHL arena. It's beautiful in there. It's
really and one thing, it actually gets filled up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, let's not.
12-5.
We can talk about that. But if you go back to talking about Mariucci, when we're talking about both arenas being filled up, the atmospheres. I've been in both atmospheres, and I was there for Michigan Tech. But when Mariucci was filled up, the atmosphere, to me at least, I'm a Gopher guy. I grew up. I'd been to some games there, and when it was filled up, and the student section is filled up, the atmosphere to me is just hands down one of the greatest hockey atmospheres I've ever seen in my life. And I think that goes hand in hand with the Ralph when that's filled up, and when Mariucci, they're they're comparable to how great they are. But
when they play each other too, that's when they really. The last time I actually saw a Gopher game that was filled up was when they played the Sioux last. They had people always show up for that, and it's sad that they NCAA split them up in Big Ten Conference and WCHA. And
since the Mariucci is older now, if you really look at the Ralph filling up compared to a Mariucci which is older, like barely filling up half full, it definitely looks like a terrible arena. But when you do go into that, I just think Mariucci, every arena has its unique aspect to it, and Mariucci is definitely older, but the build and the architecture of Mariucci is really cool. I've always liked it. It's weird, but I've always liked it when it's sold out. It's an amazing place to watch a hockey game.
Well, and one thing that UND definitely has an advantage is that it is a hockey school. They do have D1 football and they do have D1 basketball, but no one cares. They only care about one thing, and that's the hockey. Where at the University of Minnesota, they have a lot more competition.
Yeah, even beyond University of Minnesota, we have the Wild and everything outside of it, but it just still sucks that even when we had all this competition, we were still filling it up when we were in the WCHA. So, I think in terms of, how it looks, I think the Ralph is definitely, it's more appealing to look at. It's nicer,
Well, pretty much the Ralph is like the college version of a pro rink, where Mariucci is definitely it's more amateurish, meaning that amateur hockey, they have Olympic-sized ice, right? And they have it looks like a college stadium, right? You wouldn't look at it and be like, that's an NHL stadium. I think you could look at the Ralph and you could be like, on the inside, you could be like, oh, I could an NHL team could play here. I could see that. It was a little different just with the Olympic ice and everything, but still, they're both great arenas. I'm not saying that Mariucci's not. I just definitely think that the Ralph is a little nicer and has an edge for sure.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think so in that aspect. But but if you do take history with Mariucci and all that stuff, and you do put that into the atmosphere, it makes for a great experience when it's sold out and when they're in WCHA. I will tell you that I can tell you.